Alright, so if you have a Hoover Bagless wind tunnel and you're either losing suction or there's a bad smell or something, the fix is usually the same, and that is a deep clean. So I'm going to show you all the main points that you need to clean. This is a Hoover UH70 120, but it's going to be basically the same for most Hoover Bagless wind tunnels. So everything I'm going to show you today will fix any kind of loss of suction problems, but as far as smell problems, there are a few things that are not really able to be fixed if they've gone bad. For example, the two filters, the hose can go bad, especially if you vacuumed any kind of wet or sticky things. This is a really hard thing to clean the interior of and to dry the interior of. Thankfully, both the filters and the hose can be replaced really reasonably on Amazon, so I'll put links to all that in the description if that's an issue. Alright, so the first thing we're going to clean is the filters. There are two filters. This one is washable, and we're going to put that under water, and you can squeeze this as much as you want. You're basically going to soak it with water and squeeze it until the water runs clear. Very important to let this dry all the way. Don't put it back in the vacuum. You don't want to get water in the motor. Second filter is a HEPA filter. This is non-washable, but what we're going to do with this is we're going to use another vacuum hose, and we're going to vacuum it as much as we can. Alright, a lot of bad smells hide in this canister, and really the best way I know how to clean this is with a blower. What you need to do is turn this counterclockwise. What we're going to do is use a blower. If you have a leaf blower or something obviously outside, we're going to try to blow all this out, and then eventually we can clean this out with the same method and then follow it up with a microfiber towel that's damp with either water or vinegar or some other cleaning solution. Alright, the hose is a common problem with either loss of suction or smell, and you're going to unhook one end of it here. The first thing, and probably the most important thing to do, is look for a break in the hose. And here we've already found one. This could probably be repaired with a little bit of duct tape. Probably not need to replace it there. But yeah, this inspection is a very common loss of suction, is a break in the hose. Particularly, you're going to find them around the ends. We're going to unhook this here by, again, this time a clockwise motion. We'll release the hose. This is also important to look for clogs. When I took this off the first time, I found a pin stuck in there, like a ballpoint pen. Alright, so we need to access this brush roll. So there's two locking mechanisms right there, and this one right here. You unlock by the left, and that pulls right out. Alright, so cleaning the brush roll can be a little tricky. You can try with scissors just to clean this out. If you can see, it's not that bad. The problem is that a lot of debris gets in these kind of crevices over here, so it really is better to take this brush roll out if you can. The best thing to do is to take the belt off first, and it will just pull out. So the belt just slides off this little dowel here, and we're going to put it back on the same way. So once the belt's off, you should be able to just pull this out straight like that. And this is on here pretty good. Scissors are your basically your best bet sometimes, and this might be an occasion where an actual box cutter or razor blade might be the most effective. And unfortunately, there's just no easy way to do this. It's just with your hands to clean all this stuff out. Alright, getting this brush roll back can be a little tricky. This is not really very ergonomically set up to do this. What I think is the best way to do this is to put it around this pin first and then put the brush roll through. It's a lot easier this way because now you have leverage. There's two little squares on the end of these that fit into these square slots. I like to put my fingers on those so I know which way they're facing, and then pull down to get the brush roll in there. Putting this back on, there's 3 tabs here that correspond to 3 tabs on the bottom, so those go in first. You got your 2 locks. All right, so that's the deep clean of the Hoover Windtunnel Bagless. Links in the description to any parts that I may have mentioned, and thanks for watching.